Hello everyone, this is Zodi Imish here. I am continuing my little video guest blog for Deck 15 this week. Why? Because I am showcasing the great work from Pendra, a modder who mods Star Trek Online, not in a bad way, might I add. Not in a way that cheats or anything. In fact, he is completely against that. But in a way that makes our game better. Today's mod, I'll be showing you the No Barn Doors mod, the LCARS mod, and my favorite mod of all, the Sector Space mod that hasn't been released yet, but our RedShirtArmy is trying out. First, I'll show you the barn doors. So let's get started, because we'll have our little tour around Starbase 1. First thing you'll notice is the large barn doors are gone, which is nice. They're not red. In fact, even though I'm a little perturbed about the little gray area around there, and it's not the greatest quality for the door, it's a lot better than having the huge barn door that is big, red, and stands out. Now, every red door on Starbase 1 has been replaced. I'm not sure if there's anywhere else in the universe yet, but I will check as we move along around the galaxy. The next important thing to look at is the LCARS, and immediately you should be seeing a difference here. If you notice, they're not blue. Now, this mod isn't 100% perfect. They're not as sharp as, say, the older LCARS, the blue one. But on the other hand, though, they look a lot nicer. They, of course, they change around a little bit. And it's really self-explanatory. It's kind of, and the idea is it's kind of like what Cryptic was going to do with LCARS. Now, the Pendra has stated that he's still working on the mods. He's going to be continuing to change them. So as, I guess, when he gets better textures for him, he'll change up the mod. If you look over there, no barn doors. And now, just for a quick reference, though, before we move on to our next real section, I want to show you space. If you notice, space has this little blue nebula-like cloud around it. And, quite frankly, it's, if I can get up here, quite frankly, it is a very, it doesn't fit. I mean, when you look up in our night sky, do you see a nebula? No. It does not look like Earth. They added it in just, I guess, to make it colorful, and quite frankly, I think it's kind of ugly. So, in a minute, we'll hop into space, and I'll show you one of the biggest surprises of all. Alright, we should be loading into space. Now, remember that little picture I had earlier of looking out space? Notice what is missing. It looks like space. There's no ugly nebula around here except for this, the captain's table, which I think that should be moved anyway. But it's clean out here. There's nothing. It's dark, black space, and it looks like it should. That's the best part. It looks like it should, how it should have been in the first place. And, quite frankly, I like it looking better this way. Pendra did say there were some side effects where some nebulas around the galaxy will be disabled. So far, though, I've tried out different places, and I have not either I have not noticed them, or I have not seen them happen yet. Because I know, believe Deep Space Nine still works, and all the others. It's just this one is gone, and I guess maybe one or two exploration missions might be messed up. But in truth, why would you care when you can get, a beautiful-looking space like this? I mean, it's quite awesome. It looks, like space. Hey there everyone, we should be loading into the Sirius sector block right away. And bam! If you notice, it's a lot different now. Look at the grid lines. They're not here. Popsicle sticks, they're not here. The only thing really left over is a circle in the orbiting lines around Earth, which really isn't that big of a deal because it's the only thing so far that I've found. So let's take a little tour. If you notice, what's really neat about this is obviously space looks big. Systems fade in and out, kind of like they do, but space seems a lot bigger though, given the fact that we don't have all these highways and grid lines that are sticking out all over the place. If you notice, the borders do show up, but they are definitely a lot toned down compared to other places. So that way they don't stick out as bad, and it in space, in truth, looks really opened up. Let's take a quick look at the little, the galaxy around here. Let's go to Risa. Where are you? There you are. lot coarse. Of course, the transwarp effects looks quite awesome in this space. But if you notice, though, you can first see the planet out far, or a ship coming up. You'll see their name first before you kind of zoom in, which is kind of like how we used to do it, but it's a lot different without the grid lines showing up. It just, as I said, it just seems a lot bigger. And of course, it's this way for every system. But, I mean, it's just such an awesome mod made by Pendra. So let's check out some of the other systems real fast. Now we're in the Beta Ursa sector right here. And if you notice, it's the same thing. Seems like the border's a little bit, it's a little bit more intense here. Probably due to some of the files in the mod. But the popsicle sticks and the grids are gone, and that's the important part. It looks bigger, looks better. So let's check out the next system over. Now here's a little special treat, though. This is the Aurelius sector, and of course you know that from the weekly missions. What I like about this, though, is the fact that, first, this is supposed to be like the test bed for the new sector space they're doing. So they kind of toned down the lighting. Well, I think it looks a lot better without the grid lines from those also. In the current version of the mod I have right now, I had to modify little things that Pendra told us to do to be able to get this to work. But most likely when he releases this mod, it will be working this way. And of course, the Pella sector will looks exactly the same as this. And I think it looks great, especially with the darker tones, not as bright. And it just looks better. Now we are in the Eta Indran system. And I'm going to do a quick flyby past K7 and Sherman's Planet, and get into the area where the map should be red. One thing I hated about the map was, I don't mind all the blue lines, but when you get into Klingon area, it's all red, and, you know, red's kind of a hostile, mean color. I mean, I know the Klingon's supposed to be hostile, mean, but still, though, it's the fact that it just kind of sticks out, it looks bad. So one thing I love about this mod, though, is, while, yes, they still have a red on the normal screen, I see it as a black space, which is nice. I should be entering, technically right now, I should be entering in something that is red right now. I'm right at the border here, and nothing. It looks nice. The walls of the map will still have the red lining. In fact, it should be coming in view in just a second. There we go. If you notice, the deep space is blue on the Federation side and red on that side, but it's not as ugly and red on the other side.